Welcome back to Daily Dowski, a space where science meets spirituality and personal growth isn't just about getting better, it's about transformation. Today we're diving into something truly powerful, stories of real people who turn their struggles into strengths. Because here's the thing, what if the challenges we face aren't barriers but invitations? What if, like quantum particles, our potential exists in an infinite number of states, waiting for us to observe, believe, and act? Some of the most incredible minds and souls in history have faced unimaginable hardships. Yet they didn't just survive, they thrived. Their stories aren't just inspiring, they're proof that struggle is the birthplace of strength. So let's break this down, not just through feel-good stories, but through science, mindset, and the undeniable power of human will. Let's explore powerful stories of professional athletes who faced serious adversity but rose to greatness through grit, work ethic, and unwavering persistence, all while embodying the principles of quantum physics, particularly how our beliefs, behaviors, and habits shape our realities.
Never say never, because limits, like fears, are often just an illusion.
They told him no. As a sophomore in high school, Michael Jordan didn't make the varsity team. Too short, not good enough. Most kids would have quit. But MJ trained in silence. Every morning, every night, while others slept, he built a fire inside. A drive so fierce it would one day change sports forever. Imagine the scene. A young Michael, rejected, but instead of giving in to despair, he took that disappointment and turned it into motivation. He practiced relentlessly, pushing himself past the limits of what he thought he could achieve.
Like, I don't have to do this. I'm only doing it because it is who I am. That's how I played the game.
Years later, he would rise to become a 6-time NBA champion, a 5-time MVP, and a global icon. Michael's story illustrates a key quantum concept, the observer effect, where the act of observation influences the outcome. MJ didn't see himself as a failure. He observed his potential and acted on it.
I'm never going against Jordan, dog. I thought Michael Jordan was Jesus Christ, like playing to be Michael Jordan. I swear to God, dog.
His belief in himself reshaped his reality, proving that our mindset can redefine what's possible. Every time he stepped onto the court, he wasn't just playing the game, he was shaping his destiny. This reminds us that our self-perception can either limit us or propel us forward. In the quantum world, possibilities are infinite. The question is, which possibilities are we willing to pursue?
I went on the courts with just a ball and a racket and a hope, and that's all I had.
Before she was the face of tennis, Serena Williams was just a young girl in Compton, hitting balls on cracked courts surrounded by crime and chaos. She wasn't supposed to make it, not in this sport, not in this world. They judged her for her hair, her body, her skin. The whispers were loud, the prejudice louder, but Serena, louder still. She kept training, kept grinding, kept showing up. She didn't just play tennis, she transformed it. With 23 Grand Slam titles and 4 Olympic gold medals, Serena Williams didn't just win, she owned her power. Serena's journey showcases how our beliefs can create new realities. She faced systemic barriers and societal judgment, yet she believed in her talent and her right to succeed. This belief fueled her relentless work ethic, demonstrating that our behaviors are often a reflection of our internal convictions. By shifting her mindset, she transformed her circumstances and became a beacon of inspiration. Her story illustrates the quantum principle that when we believe in our potential, we can alter the trajectory of our lives. Each swing of her racket wasn't just a physical action. It was a manifestation of her belief in herself and her dreams.
Focus on what you can control. Focus on what you're getting, not what anyone else is getting.
The year was 2000. The NFL draft buzzed with hope, but Tom Brady's name echoed faintly in the background. Too slow, too skinny, too weak, too average. These were the scouting reports. As quarterback after quarterback was picked, Brady waited and waited.
Man, if I want to be good, I gotta wake up in the morning and I gotta do the extra work. And I gotta show up when other guys aren't. And I've gotta learn, I've gotta continue to be open to learning.
Finally, in the 6th round with the 199th pick, the New England Patriots took a chance. He walked into training camp not as a star, but as a long shot, just another guy in a jersey. But Brady had something the stat sheets couldn't measure, a fire that wouldn't go out. He studied harder, trained longer, showed up earlier. When his moment came, after an injury to starting QB Drew Bledsoe, Brady stepped in. He never gave the job back. Brady's story is a testament to the power of resilience and the quantum principle that reality is shaped by our actions and beliefs.
I wanted to be the best I could be, period.
He didn't allow the negative perceptions of others to dictate his future. Instead, he focused on what he could control, his preparation and work ethic. This commitment to his habits allowed him to defy the odds and achieve unprecedented success. Brady's journey teaches us that our beliefs can either be shackles or wings. When he chose to believe in his potential, he transformed not only his life, but the entire landscape of the NFL.
And the reason that I've been able to, play in a high level is that I'm always in the present, always want to be better. Even when I fail and I learn and I become better. So I can't lose in life.
In the streets of Athens, Giannis wasn't chasing dreams. He was chasing survival. A child of undocumented Nigerian immigrants, he sold trinkets to tourists just to help put food on the table. No passport, no privilege. Just talent and a heart that refused to quit. When he discovered basketball, he didn't know the rules, but he knew how to run, how to fight, and how to dream.
You gotta think outside the box, and you always gotta be a kid. Kid, use their fantasy. Like you can see a kid being creative and playing with 2 rocks and playing around with them. But when you're a kid, you always wanna learn.
Years later, he would fly across the world to the NBA, a skinny kid with broken English and boundless hope. Now, NBA champion, 2-time MVP, global icon. Giannis's rise illustrates the quantum notion that possibilities are endless if we dare to envision them. His belief in his potential drove him to push beyond his circumstances. He didn't see his background as a limitation, but as a motivation to work harder, embodying the idea that our habits can create extraordinary outcomes. His journey is a testament to how we can rewrite our narratives through sheer determination. The mindset he cultivated reflects the quantum principle that reality is not just what happens to us, but how we choose to respond to those events. At 11, Messi was diagnosed with a rare growth hormone deficiency. Doctors said he'd never grow tall enough to play professionally. His family couldn't afford treatment, but FC Barcelona took a chance on the tiny Argentine boy with a giant dream. He trained like a shadow, silent, fast, and deadly with the ball. He didn't grow much, but he grew into a legend. With 8 Ballon d'Or awards and over 800 goals to his name, Messi proved you don't need size to be a giant, just a relentless belief that you belong. Messi's journey underscores a vital truth. Greatness isn't about physical attributes. It's about passion, determination, and the will to succeed. He turned what many saw as a disadvantage into his greatest asset. His story is a reminder that we can all rise above our circumstances if we have the courage to chase our dreams and embody the habits that lead us to success. Messi teaches us that our beliefs can enable us to transcend limitations. In a world where size often dictates power, he showed that heart and skill can redefine the game.
When I started doing gymnastics when I was 6, I never imagined winning medals and everything I've been fortunate enough to do up until this point.
Simone Biles spent time in foster care before being adopted by her grandparents. She later endured the trauma of the Larry Nassar scandal. Despite this, she became the most decorated gymnast in history. But when she flew, it looked effortless. After dominating gymnastics with more medals than anyone in history, she made a different kind of statement at the Tokyo Olympics. She chose herself. Mental health over medals. Courage over conformity. Simone showed the world that even the strongest can struggle. By owning her truth, she became a champion not just in gymnastics, but in life. Simone's bravery in prioritizing her mental health is a crucial message for us all. She has opened the door for conversations about mental well-being in sports and beyond. It's a powerful reminder that vulnerability can be a strength, and taking care of ourselves is essential for long-term success. Her story illustrates that our beliefs about mental health can change the narrative for future generations. Just as quantum physics teaches us that observation can change outcomes, Simone's choice to prioritize her well-being encourages us to redefine success on our own terms. Greatness isn't just about talent, it's about relentless dedication.
I had a purpose. I wanted to be one of the best basketball players to ever play. And anything else that was outside of that lane, I didn't have time for.
Kobe Bryant was known for his obsessive work ethic, waking up at 4 a.m., training harder than anyone else, pushing past limits. Everything negative, pressure, challenges, is all an opportunity for me to rise. This is where quantum thinking meets discipline. In every moment, we can choose to collapse into fear or into action. Kobe always chose action. His mindset was that every challenge, every setback, was a chance to grow stronger. He understood that our beliefs shape our reality, and through his relentless pursuit of excellence, he became a legend. Kobe's legacy teaches us that our habits create our destiny. By embracing challenges and viewing them as opportunities, we can harness our strengths and transform our lives. So here's the question. What struggle are you facing right now? Because if you're breathing, you have a choice. Will you let it break you? Or will you, like Michael, Serena, Tom, Giannis, Bethany, Messi, Simone, and Kobe, use it as a catalyst for transformation? Science tells us that reality isn't fixed. It's fluid, shaped by observation and intention. The moment you stop seeing struggles as barriers and start seeing them as stepping stones, you activate a new reality. If these stories resonated with you, don't just be inspired, take action. Comment below. What's one struggle you're ready to turn into strength? And if you haven't yet, hit subscribe, ring that bell, and join me as we continue redefining reality, one story at a time. Until next time, stay curious, stay relentless, and remember, the power to transform your life is already within you.